What's up, Cartmasters? Nightside back with another Monster Hunter Sunbreak video. Today we're going to be going over how to set up your scrolls for specific playstyles with Longsword, how to use them, and some other tips to go along with that. Don't forget to drop a like, comment what your favorite Longsword playstyle is, and smash the subscribe button and bell icon to get more Monster Hunter and variety gaming content. Without further ado, let's get to it. Just a quick heads up, this guide will assume that you have a basic understanding of Longsword's kit and how they function in MHRise Sunbreak. If you are completely new to the weapon, please refer to one of my Longsword guides. They can be viewed by clicking on the playlist in the description or in the card in the top right corner. You can still follow along with this video, but just keep in mind that there may be some terminology that you might not understand. Before we get into the loadouts, let's talk about a couple of things. First off, two skills I absolutely recommend you have while following this guide is Quick Sheathe and Wirebug Whisperer at level 3. Quick Sheathe at level 3 is important because it allows you to get into Special Sheath and Sacred Sheath much quicker, which means that you can pull off EI Slashes and EI Spirit Slashes from Special Sheath with much less prep time, and you can get into Sacred Sheath combo much quicker. Now, you could argue in the case of Sacred Sheath, you would like to be able to hold the counter for longer in case a monster takes its time to attack. But you can always let go earlier, thrust, and then loop back into the counter. Wirebug Whisperer at level 3 is also a very highly recommended skill because at level 3, your passive Wirebug recovery rate is increased while on the ground. If you can't fit level 3, level 1 will at least extend the third Wirebug duration by about 30%. This should all stack with the passive Wirebug recovery buff you get from picking up a morphed Wirebug on the field. Now let's talk about Harvest Moon versus Serene Pose. Both Silkbind abilities will cost 2 Wirebugs but do two very different things. Serene Pose can be looked at as a catch-all counter and is actually pretty great for emergency situations where another counter option could potentially get you hit. It's also a good just-in-case counter option. The problem is that it takes 1 spirit level and 2 Wirebugs, so it's very expensive to use when considering the damage can be easily replicated through other attacks. Harvest Moon, on the other hand, grants you unlimited spirit gauge while also buffing your counter attacks with extra hits, helping you deal more damage overall. The problem is you cannot sheath or bounce into the ring more than once without deactivating the ring, which also depletes your spirit gauge. Harvest Moon is also not very multiplayer friendly, as fighting a monster within a confined space can be very challenging, especially when there are multiple targets for the monster to hit. Now, in the case of Step Slash as opposed to Double Drawn Slash, the Step Slash is actually your default sheathed attack and is the same motion as your basic attack when your longsword is already unsheathed. Double Drawn Slash, though, can only be performed when sheathed, but grants you super armor and extra spirit gauge gain. Now, I personally prefer Harvest Moon and Double Drawn Slash, but feel free to choose whichever skills work best for you. First off, we've got the Helmbreaker spam loadout. This is basically the classic Rise Longsword gameplay. The most important thing here is that Sakura Slash is placed on the red scroll, while Soaring Kick, which is your Helmbreaker, is placed on the blue scroll. The reason for this is because you can easily open a fight with Sakura Slash for easy spirit level gain, and then proceed with any of your counter options. The combo loop is Spirit Helmbreaker at red spirit level, switch skill swap, and then Sakura Slash to get back into red. The reverse will also work as well. If you have a third Wirebug, you can easily add another Helmbreaker or Sakura Slash, especially if the monster is trapped or down for a good chunk of time. If you want to conserve your Wirebugs for Helmbreaker, you use your counters and spirit combos to get back into red. Either Sheath options will work here, but I personally like to pair Sacred Sheath with Round Slash on red because of how quickly the finisher can come out. I also like to bust out the occasional Sacred Sheath combo. Special Sheath will work on red scroll as well, but it's totally up to your preference. Helmbreaker will also work on either Sheath options, but I personally recommend using Special Sheath as EI Spirit Slash not only does more damage, but it also gives spirit level gain on activation. Sacred Sheath counter will also work, but you only gain spirit level if you follow up with your finisher. One other thing to keep in mind is that Sacred Sheath counter will keep you stationary, while EI Spirit Slash will move you in the direction that you are facing. Keep this in mind when you're choosing which counter you want to use to chain into Helmbreaker. Don't forget that you can also cancel Foresight Slash into Helmbreaker. Now let's say you don't like using the Helmbreaker because of how difficult it is to use and would rather prefer the comfiness of Sakura Slash and the old school Spirit Combo focused gameplay. If that's the case, we have the Sakura Slash spam loadout. This one will be easier to digest because the main thing is that you pair Sacred Sheath with Sakura Slash on one of your scrolls. The reason being is that Sacred Sheath counter can redirect you much quicker, making it easier to direct your Sakura Slash as opposed to Special Sheath's EI Slash. Obviously, you can still use Special Sheath for the Spirit Regen from EI Slash. In fact, you can set up your scrolls like this to have all varieties of Spirit finishers and counters. Just make sure that you keep Sakura Slash in both scrolls and you're 100% golden. For those who love Sacred Sheath combo, this loadout should help you get set up really well. Just like with the Helmbreaker spam loadout, you want to make sure you keep Sacred Sheath paired with Spirit Round Slash as it comes up much quicker after the counter. If you like though, you can actually keep Spirit Reckoning on the other scroll for more variation. You'll also want both scrolls to have Sakura Slash for easy Spirit level gain. The basic loop here is to get into red Spirit level as quickly as possible via one of your counters or through Spirit combos or even through Sakura Slash, and then bust out the Sacred Sheath combo when you have the opportunity. When you've unleashed your combo, you can use Sakura Slash to quickly regain your Spirit levels. With a third Wire Bug, you can easily go from no Spirit levels back into red very quickly. This will ensure that you'll be doing the best possible damage while your Wire Bug is on cooldown, or you can unleash the power of God in anime again by busting out another Sacred Sheath combo if the opportunity presents itself. Now each of the loadouts we just talked about can very easily utilize Tempered Spirit Blade. If you decide to use it, I highly recommend replacing Sakura Slash in the red scroll with Tempered Spirit Blade. Although Tempered Spirit Blade has tighter timing, it does come with several benefits. For starters, it's very good for a quick spirit level gain, as activating it with great timing gives you 1 spirit level in addition to having an already fast cooldown of about 7 seconds without any Wire Bug Whispery equipped. The best part is that only the attack, Roar, Wind Press, or Tremor has to make contact with you in order to gain spirit level, not the counter itself. This means that you can easily gain spirit levels against monsters that attack too quick for your other counter options, or monsters that like to roar or shoot projectiles a lot. And since Tempered Spirit Blade doesn't need to make contact for spirit level gain, you can easily buff yourself up to red spirit level by using small barrel bombs. Also, if you're in the middle of your spirit combo, you can use Tempered Spirit Blade to quickly counter and then continue your spirit combo. Tempered Spirit Blade also benefits from Harvest Moon and gains extra hits. Now the Dereliction Harvest Moon loadout is the final one we'll go over and assumes that you have Dereliction level 3 equipped. It heavily focuses on a playstyle that utilizes the blue scroll buff from Dereliction, which gives raw attack boost and Harvest Moon. As a result, it incentivizes the use of only your blue scroll and your counters, particularly Foresight Slash and EI Spirit Slash. You'll basically want to use the same loadout as the Helmbreaker spam loadout. At the very least, you will 100% want to keep Harvest Moon, Special Sheath, Spirit Reckoning, and Helmbreaker on your blue scroll. The combo flow is to activate Harvest Moon whenever you have the opportunity, typically right after a roar or before you initiate a fight. You then get into Special Sheath and EI Spirit Slash, Dividing Slash to get a quick attack in, and or get back into Special Sheath right away to prepare for another EI Spirit Slash. Once in red spirit level, you can use Helmbreaker whenever an opportunity presents itself, cancel into Special Sheath, and either counter or EI Slash to rinse and repeat. Sacred Sheath counter can also work here, but the EI Spirit Slash from Special Sheath is the preferred option for instant spirit level gain and the higher damage output. Be aware that if you stay too stationary holding the Special Sheath, you will automatically go back into neutral standing position and drop the Harvest Moon. On the other hand, if you use Sacred Sheath combo and commit to the full attack, it will not drop Harvest Moon even as you're charging the attack itself. Now this playstyle is extremely challenging as the goal is to stay on your blue scroll for as long as possible with Harvest Moon activated in order to reap the raw attack buff from Dereliction for maximum DPS. The problem, however, is that your health is continuously being drained, meaning you can get killed very easily. Not to mention, you have to fight within the constraints of the ring. Provided that you can keep your attacks and counters flowing without sheathing, the attack buffs you get from Dereliction and other skills like Resentment and Chain Crit should ensure pretty high damage output. If you're worried about playing at only 1 pixel worth of health or getting one-shotted, you can always use your shortcut wheel to use an item like potions, max potions, whetstones, and etc. Just make sure you unsheathe or attack immediately after using the item, and keep in mind that traps or bombs will immediately deactivate the ring. Now this particular playstyle can work without Dereliction, especially if you want to be comfier. Though you won't get the attack buff benefits of Dereliction, you can at least go about your business without having to play it at 1 pixel health and go on a counter spree against monsters. And that should cover all of the main playstyles and their associated scroll loadouts. Try them all out and see how you like them. Depending on your playstyle preferences, there should be something for everyone. If I made a mistake or missed something, or you have a suggestion, let us know in the comments. Don't forget, you can catch me live streaming on Twitch where I stream a variety of games including Genshin Impact and Monster Hunter. That's it for me, Cart Masters. As always, stay safe, get mad, get sad, have fun, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!
Oh my god, can someone please clip that? That was so cool! I'm actually so cracked! Yo, let's fucking go! Esports all day, dude!